Short questions. 1. Social condition before Islam. Caste system. Society was divided into rigid castes with Brahmins on top. Women's status. Women had a low status and were often oppressed. Superstitions. Idol worship and superstitions were common. Lack of unity. Society was disunited and plagued by social evils. 2. 4 differences between Hindu and Muslim society. Belief system. Hindus believed in many gods. Muslims believed in one god. Caste system. Hindus followed caste. Muslims believed in equality. Rituals. Hindu rituals were complex. Islamic practices were simple. Food and dress. Different styles of food, dress, and customs. 3. Objectives of Khilafat movement. Restore Caliphate. Protect the position of the Turkish Caliph. Religious solidarity. Unite Muslims globally for Islamic causes. British protest. Pressure British to treat Turkey justly after World War I. Unity. Promote Hindu-Muslim unity against British rule. 4. 4 points from 14 points of Quaid-e-Azam. Federal system. Pakistan should have autonomy within a federation. Religious freedom. Minorities should freely practice religion. Protection of culture. Muslim culture, education, and language protected. Equal rights. All citizens must enjoy equal rights under law. 5. Religious influence of Islam on Hindu society. Social equality. Weakened caste system through equality preaching. Religious reform. Influenced Bhakti movement. Education. Established madrasas and libraries. Cultural blend. Resulted in shared festivals and languages. 6. Role of Sindh in Pakistan movement. Early resolution. Passed Pakistan Resolution in 1938. Support to AIML. Strong backing to Muslim League. Active leaders. Leaders like G.M. Syed played a vital role. Muslim awareness. Raised political awareness among Sindhi Muslims. 7. Two-nation theory. Separate identity. Muslims and Hindus are different nations. Religion base. Islam and Hinduism have different values. Cultural difference. Different language, culture, and lifestyle. Need for state. Justified demand for a separate Muslim state. 8. Lucknow Pact, 1916. Hindu-Muslim unity. First major agreement between Congress and Muslim League. Separate electorates. Muslims granted separate electorates. Political rights. Joint demand for more rights from British. Unity effort. Showed political cooperation between both communities. 9. Ideology of Pakistan. Islamic principles. Based on Quran and Sunnah. Two-nation theory. Muslims are a distinct nation. Separate identity. Preservation of Muslim culture and values. Independent state. Aim to establish a homeland for Muslims. 10. Objectives of AIML, All India Muslim League. Protect rights. Safeguard political rights of Muslims. Promote loyalty. Loyalty to the British government. Develop unity. Promote unity among Indian Muslims. Political voice. Provide a political platform for Muslims. 11. Indus Basin Treaty, 1960. Between nations. Agreement between Pakistan and India. Water sharing. Divided rivers. India got eastern, Pakistan got western. World Bank role. Brokered and supported by World Bank. Irrigation projects. Helped Pakistan develop water systems. 12. Islamic provisions of 1973 Constitution. State religion. Islam declared as the state religion. Sharia laws. Laws must align with Quran and Sunnah. Islamic practices. Teaching of Quran made compulsory. President's faith. President must be a Muslim. 13. Objective Resolution, 1949. Islamic principles. Sovereignty belongs to Allah. Democratic state. Pakistan to be a democratic Islamic state. Minority rights. Freedom for minorities to practice religion. Law of Quran. Laws to be based on Quran and Sunnah. 14. Indus Valley Civilization. Ancient civilization. One of the earliest urban civilizations. Major cities. Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. Advanced planning. Had drainage, roads, and brick houses. Trade and economy, engaged in agriculture and trade. 15. 4 differences between urban and rural society. Population, urban areas have high population. Rural areas have low. Lifestyle, urban life is fast-paced. Rural life is simple. Facilities, more facilities in urban than rural areas. Jobs, urban jobs are industrial. Rural are agricultural. 16. Cultural heritage of Pakistan. Historical sites, Mohenjo-Daro, Taxila, Badshahi Mosque. Languages, Urdu, Punjabi, Sindhi, etc. Festivals, Eid, Basant, and Urs. Art and music, Qawwali, truck art, handicrafts. 17. Regional language, Sindhi. Spoken in, widely spoken in Sindh province. Script, written in Arabic script. Literature, rich in poetry and Sufi literature. Cultural identity, preserves Sindhi heritage and traditions. 18. 4 agricultural problems of Pakistan. Water shortage, poor irrigation and less rainfall. Old methods, use of outdated tools and techniques. Land distribution, unequal land ownership. Low yield, less production per acre. 19. Importance of agriculture in economic development. GDP contribution, major part of Pakistan's GDP. Employment, provides jobs to many people. Raw material, supplies raw material to industries. Food supply, ensures food for the population. 20. 4 natural resources of Pakistan. Coal, found in Sindh and Balochistan. Gas, Sui gas is a major energy source. Minerals, salt, gypsum, limestone. Water, rivers and glaciers for irrigation and energy. 21. Industrial development of Pakistan. Initial growth, started after independence with basic industries. Textile sector, main contributor to exports. CPEC projects, boost to infrastructure and industry. Challenges, power shortage and outdated machinery. 22. Objectives of UNO. World peace, prevent wars and conflicts. Human rights, promote basic rights and freedoms. Global cooperation, help nations cooperate for progress. Aid and relief, support in disasters and poverty. 23. Non-alignment movement, NAM. Neutral policy, stay neutral during Cold War. Third World unity, unite developing countries. Peaceful coexistence, promote peace and equality. No military blocs, avoid joining NATO or Warsaw Pact. 24. Relations of Pakistan with China and India. China, friendly ties, economic and defense cooperation. CPEC, major development partnership with China. India, conflicted due to Kashmir issue. Tensions, wars and border disputes with India. 25. SAARC member countries. Total members, 8 member countries. Names, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan. Others, Maldives, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan. Region, South Asian Regional Cooperation. 26. 4 international organizations, Pakistan active member. UNO, United Nations Organization. OIC, Organization of Islamic Cooperation. SAARC, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. IMF, International Monetary Fund. Long questions. Write down important political events which took place between 1940 to 1947. Introduction. The period from 1940 to 1947 was crucial in the struggle for Pakistan. Several key political events shaped the movement and paved the way for the creation of Pakistan. 1. Lahore Resolution, 1940. The All India Muslim League passed the Lahore Resolution, demanding a separate homeland for Muslims. 2. Cripps Mission, 1942. The British sent the Cripps Mission to gain Indian support during World War II, but it failed as it did not meet Muslim demands. 3. Quit India Movement, 1942. The Congress launched the Quit India Movement, which was opposed by the Muslim League, leading to further division. 4. Gandhi Jinnah Talks, 1944. Talks between Gandhi and Quaid-e-Azam failed due to Congress's refusal to accept the two-nation theory. 5. Simla Conference, 1945. A British attempt to form an interim government failed as the Congress did not recognize the Muslim League's representative status. 6. General elections, 1945-46. The Muslim League won most Muslim seats, proving itself as the sole representative of Indian Muslims. 7. Cabinet Mission Plan, 1946. A British plan to keep India united was rejected by the Muslim League, which insisted on the creation of Pakistan. 8. Direct Action Day, 1946. The Muslim League observed Direct Action Day to demand Pakistan, leading to communal riots. 9. The 3rd of June Plan, 1947. Lord Mountbatten presented a plan for partition, which was accepted by both the Muslim League and Congress. 10. Indian Independence Act, 1947. The British Parliament passed the Act, resulting in the creation of Pakistan on the 14th of August 1947. Conclusion. These events were significant milestones in the journey toward Pakistan's creation. Each event strengthened the Muslim League's demand for a separate nation and ultimately led to the formation of Pakistan in 1947. Define initial problems of Pakistan. Introduction. At the time of independence in 1947, Pakistan faced several serious challenges. These initial problems threatened the stability and survival of the newly born state. 1. Refugee crisis. Millions of Muslim refugees migrated from India to Pakistan, creating shelter, food, and health issues. 2. Division of assets. Pakistan did not receive its fair share of financial and military assets from India, causing economic instability. 3. Kashmir issue. The princely state of Kashmir became a source of conflict between Pakistan and India, leading to the First War in 1947. 4. Boundary Commission disputes. The Radcliffe Award unfairly allocated Muslim-majority areas like Gurdaspur to India, increasing tensions. 5. Administrative shortages. Pakistan lacked experienced civil servants, as most officers were Hindu and stayed in India. 6. Military problems. Pakistan's military was under-resourced, as the majority of arms and military facilities were inherited by India. 7. Economic instability. The new country had no industrial base or financial institutions and faced an economic crisis from day one. 8. Lack of capital. Pakistan had no capital city initially. Karachi was declared the temporary capital. 9. Princely states issue. Some princely states within Pakistan's territory, like Kalat and Bahawalpur, delayed their accession. 10. Communal riots. Widespread violence between Hindus, Sikhs, and Muslims resulted in mass killings and deepened mistrust. Conclusion. Despite these severe initial challenges, Pakistan managed to survive and stabilize due to the efforts of its leaders and the resilience of its people. These problems shaped the early direction of the country. Write down causes of demand for Pakistan. Introduction. The Muslims of the subcontinent faced social, economic, and political challenges under British rule and Hindu majority domination. These challenges gave rise to the demand for a separate Muslim state to protect their distinct identity and rights. 1. Two-nation theory. Muslims and Hindus were two separate nations with different religions, cultures, and lifestyles, which justified the creation of Pakistan. 2. Religious differences. Islam and Hinduism are fundamentally different in beliefs, practices, and social systems, creating a gap between the two communities. 3. Economic exploitation of Muslims. Muslims were deprived of economic opportunities and faced poverty due to Hindu control over trade, business, and industry. 4. Hindu domination in politics. Hindus dominated the Congress and sidelined Muslim interests, making it clear that Muslims would remain politically weak in a united India. 5. Injustice in government jobs. Muslims were underrepresented in government jobs and civil services, while Hindus enjoyed preferential treatment. 6. Cultural and educational suppression. Hindu culture and language, banned Mataram, Hindi, were imposed, threatening the Muslim identity in Urdu language. 7. Role of Muslim leaders. Leaders like Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, Allama Iqbal, and Quaid-e-Azam guided Muslims and awakened political consciousness among them. 8. Failure of Congress Muslim League compromise. Efforts like the Lucknow Pact and Round Table conferences failed due to Congress's reluctance to accept Muslim demands. 9. British policies favoring Hindus. The British often favored Hindus in administrative and political matters, further marginalizing Muslims. 10. Protection of Islamic values and identity. Muslims feared losing their religious and cultural values in a Hindu-dominated India and sought Pakistan to safeguard them. Conclusion. The demand for Pakistan emerged from Muslims' desire to preserve their religion, culture, and rights. These factors united Muslims to demand a separate homeland, which ultimately became Pakistan. Define foreign policy of Pakistan. Introduction. Foreign policy refers to a country's strategy in dealing with other nations. Pakistan's foreign policy is based on its national interests, Islamic principles, and international cooperation. 1. Peaceful coexistence. Pakistan believes in peaceful relations with all countries, especially neighboring states. 2. Promotion of Islamic unity. It works to strengthen ties with Muslim countries and supports Islamic causes globally. 3. Support for Kashmir issue. Pakistan highlights the Kashmir conflict at international forums and supports the Kashmiri people's right to self-determination. 4. Friendly relations with China. Pakistan maintains strong economic and defense relations with China, including collaboration on projects like CPEC. 5. Alliance with Muslim world. Pakistan is an active member of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, to promote unity among Muslim countries. 6. Non-alignment policy. Pakistan avoids taking sides in global power rivalries while protecting its sovereignty. 7. Good ties with Western countries. It maintains diplomatic, economic, and defense cooperation with Western nations, including the USA and the UK. 8. Role in international organizations. Pakistan is a member of the United Nations and participates actively in peacekeeping missions. 9. Economic cooperation. Pakistan's foreign policy focuses on attracting foreign investment and trade partnerships for economic development. 10. Nuclear policy. Pakistan emphasizes the peaceful use of nuclear technology while maintaining a credible defense posture. Conclusion. Pakistan's foreign policy aims to safeguard its national interests, promote peace, and strengthen its role in the international community through balanced relations with all countries. Describe the importance of agriculture in the economy of Pakistan. Introduction. Agriculture plays a pivotal role in shaping the economic, social, and cultural landscape of Pakistan. As a predominantly agrarian country, a significant proportion of the population relies on agriculture for their livelihood. This sector not only feeds the nation but also supports industrial development, provides employment, and contributes to foreign exchange earnings. Despite the rise of other economic sectors, agriculture remains fundamental to Pakistan's stability and growth. Understanding its importance helps policymakers and stakeholders prioritize reforms and investments in this critical area. 1. Major contributor to GDP. Agriculture contributes nearly 19 to 20% to Pakistan's gross domestic product, GDP, making it one of the largest sectors of the economy. It lays the foundation for growth in other industries such as textiles, food processing, and dairy. 2. Employment generation. The sector employs over 38% of the labor force, especially in rural areas. It provides direct employment through farming and indirect jobs in transport, trade, and agro-based industries. 3. Backbone of rural economy. In rural Pakistan, agriculture is often the sole source of income. It supports millions of families by providing food, fodder, and raw materials, playing a crucial role in poverty alleviation. 4. Source of raw materials for industry. Many industries, particularly textiles and sugar, depend on agricultural raw materials like cotton, wheat, and sugarcane. These linkages drive industrial output and exports. 5. Food security and self-sufficiency. Agriculture ensures the availability of staple foods such as wheat, rice, and vegetables. A strong agricultural base reduces dependence on food imports and ensures national food security. 6. Contribution to export earnings. Agricultural exports such as rice, cotton, fruits, and vegetables contribute significantly to Pakistan's foreign exchange earnings. This supports the country's trade balance and economic resilience. 7. Development of agro-based industries. The growth of agriculture fuels the expansion of agro-based industries like dairy, leather, and food processing, which adds value to primary products and creates jobs. 8. Source of government revenue. The agriculture sector contributes to government revenue through taxes, duties, and fees associated with land use, agricultural exports, and machinery imports. 9. Regional and infrastructure development. Agriculture drives rural infrastructure development, including irrigation systems, roads, and storage facilities, which improves connectivity and boosts local economies. 10. Role in reducing urban migration. A vibrant agricultural sector reduces the pressure on urban areas by providing livelihoods in rural regions, helping balance population distribution and reduce slum development. Conclusion. Agriculture is not just an economic activity in Pakistan, it is a lifeline for millions and a foundation of national development. Its contribution to GDP, employment, exports, and food security makes it indispensable. To ensure sustainable economic growth, there is a need to modernize agricultural practices, improve infrastructure, and support farmers through policy reforms and investment. Strengthening this sector will lead to a more stable, prosperous, and food-secure Pakistan. Write down Islamic provisions of the 1973 Constitution of Pakistan. Introduction. The Constitution of 1973 is a landmark document in the history of Pakistan, reflecting the aspirations of its people as an Islamic republic. It incorporates a comprehensive set of Islamic provisions aimed at aligning national laws and governance with the principles of Islam. These provisions ensure that the country's legal, political, and social systems are in harmony with the teachings of the Holy Quran and Sunnah. The Constitution not only defines Pakistan as an Islamic state but also guides legislation and policy to uphold Islamic values. 1. Sovereignty belongs to Allah. The Constitution declares that sovereignty over the entire universe belongs to Almighty Allah alone, and the authority to be exercised by the people of Pakistan is a sacred trust. This foundational principle ensures that all laws and governance are subject to Islamic teachings. 2. Islamic Republic. Pakistan is officially named the Islamic Republic of Pakistan in the Constitution. This formal recognition reinforces the country's commitment to Islamic principles in all state affairs. 3. Objectives Resolution as preamble and part of Constitution. The Objectives Resolution, which outlines the Islamic ideals on which Pakistan was founded, is included as the preamble and a substantive part of the Constitution through Article 2A. It forms the ideological basis for the state. 4. Islam as state religion. Article 2 of the Constitution states that Islam shall be the state religion of Pakistan, affirming its central role in the nation's identity and legislative framework. 5. No law repugnant to Islam. According to Article 227, no law shall be enacted which is repugnant to the injunctions of Islam as laid down in the Quran and Sunnah. Existing laws are to be brought into conformity with Islamic teachings. 6. Islamic Ideology Council. The Council of Islamic Ideology, KI, is established to advise the government on whether or not a certain law is in line with Islamic principles and to recommend Islamization of laws. 7. Promotion of Islamic way of life. The state is responsible for enabling Muslims to live their lives in accordance with the fundamental teachings of Islam. The Constitution emphasizes promoting unity and moral values derived from Islam. 8. Protection of Islamic institutions. The Constitution provides for the protection and respect of mosques, religious institutions, and religious education. It supports the role of Islamic seminaries and religious scholars in the community. 9. Teaching of the Holy Quran and Islamic studies. It is mandatory for the state to make arrangements for the teaching of the Holy Quran and Islamic studies at various levels of education to promote awareness and understanding of Islamic values among youth. 10. Eligibility of head of state. Only a Muslim can be elected as the President and Prime Minister of Pakistan. This ensures that the highest offices of the state are held by individuals who uphold the Islamic character of the Constitution. Conclusion. The Islamic provisions of the 1973 Constitution reflect the deep-rooted connection between religion and state in Pakistan. These provisions ensure that all laws conform to the teachings of the Quran and Sunnah, and that the Islamic identity of Pakistan is preserved and promoted. Through institutions like the Council of Islamic Ideology and measures such as Islamic education and moral guidance, the Constitution seeks to create a just and ethical society in accordance with the principles of Islam.